up to the mark. If you do not manage to have the good body of your presentation, then you can ruin the credibility and the trust you have got in the hearts of the audience. And when you are not going to give the good starting, and when you are even not going to give the when you are not going to give the good body, then it is the possibility that your audience would be misled. They would be just out of the track, and they would be just giving these lines to themselves, that now this is not that much interesting and this is boring, so I should not listen to him that much interestingly. So means it is very necessary that you are supposed to be entertainer, you are supposed to be very much interesting and informative to the core, because you don't forget that you are here for only short time. You are here for only 6 to 8 minutes, and in this little span of the time you have to entertain your audience with information. You are not going to entertain your audience with the jokes. You are going to share something which you have observed, which you have read, or which you have got, which you have received from any person in the form of your sources. Now suppose if you are utilizing your 4 of the sources of your presentation when the topic is very grave, when the topic is very much away from your approach, and when the topic falls in the category of, how many categories of the topics you know about, and topics you want to know about. Now suppose the topic is in the category topics you want to know about, that means this is a little difficult, and this is a little unheard for you, and you are going to utilize all the 4 sources, and you have got quite an ample amount of the data information in front of you. Now you are going to organize that data. Yesterday we have talked a lot about that, how to organize the information. You see, to get information is not a problem. To get information is not an issue. You just go to the Google and Google it. You will get mines of information. You can use various of the search engine. You go, suppose your presentation is on the personality, then go on the Wikipedia. You would get the history on any of the things. It is not difficult to get the data, but it is the difficulty that how to arrange that of the data, and make sure that you are not going to memorize all the stuff that you have faced from the various of the sources. You have just to make 2-3 good readings. You have to just give 2-3 good readings, and then you have to turn them into the points, and then just speak in your own words, in your own language. You must not be that much anxious that I'm going to give a very lasting touch, a very lasting impact to my presentation, that all my audience should remember it for years. No, you must not demand perfection. You are a student, you are a learner. You try to impart the knowledge and the information that you have got from the various of the sources, and just do your part. That's all. And you are not going to give only the one presentation and the last. You are going to give several. So means, suppose if you do not do good in the first presentation, hope for the best in the next. So that should be the mindset for every student, for every presenter who are going to prepare to deliver the presentation. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Then connectives. I was talking about the connectives. Connectives are the words. They are the sentences which connect the speaker to the audience. Now so speaker is already connected with the audience. When you come on the dais and you start to deliver the presentation, you are already connected. But suppose you are not that much interested, and you just see a speaker is very much required to see the faces of the audience. Now suppose we take the example of classroom presentation. When you are delivering a classroom presentation and you know your fellows very well, by the names and by the habits, them, and almost you are having a crowd of 30 students, 40 students, and sometime in the college, suppose you are a college student, then you are having the class of 50 students. Now it is not a difficult task to make an eye contact with all the 50 faces. I have written a word here, a phrase, blur of faces. They are the human being, they are no more the blur of faces. So when you are giving a very good looks to your audience, a human being look, you just take them as the human being. When you are just watching them, then you are also watching the expressions on their faces. When you are watching the expressions on the faces of your audience, then you may understand that whether they are enjoying your presentation or not, whether they are very confused or not. They are confused, they are enjoying, they are lack of interest, they are just yawning, they are just stretching themselves, and they are just making a bad eye contact with you. Or from time to time they are just being amused by the pieces of information that you are giving. Suppose if they are giving some smiles, and sometimes they also give the laughter. Suppose if anything laughable you just tell to them, that means they are very much with you in the presentation. And sometimes you just think that one or two audiences they are just they are not in with you, they are not on the way where you are driving. So for that, for those in order to attract some those people, the connectives are there. Connectives means you must have to tell. Suppose you are just going to tell a very important point, then introduce that point. Introduce that point. You may say that, audience, now the kind of information that I'm going to share is very important. Hear it carefully. Fine. You may say that now the kind of information that I'm going to share, this is eye-opener. Now the kind of example that I'm going to give you here, it is the mother of all example that I have given you so far. Means when you are going to say these things, the audience, all the people, suppose some of the people they are just distracted, they are not with you, they will just put themselves together and they will just start to listen to you. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Are you really understanding?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't, I am also a speaker, and right now I am also looking to your faces.
This is the connectivity, are you understanding?
Huh?
Connectives.
Definitely I am using some connectives right now, and just I am making myself practical. You see, here I have used a connective. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Means, so this is a kind of connective. When you are saying you see, means these are the connectives. Means when you speak such of the words, but not in the continuity. You must not say all the time, you see all the time, and these are the connectives. When you are saying these things over and over again, it will make a bad impression. But sometimes, suppose if you are saying it just makes you a natural speaker. That means you have not memorized the things. And in many cases I have seen the students memorize the things. You are not supposed to memorize anything. You are not a cramming machine. You are a human being. You are not a recording machine. Just play the button and you just start from the beginning to the end without using these words. When you are saying these words, let me tell you another example. Suppose, here I have said the word, the way I have said the word suppose. You see, that means this is the natural. This is quite spontaneous. So means when you are introducing such of the words and such of the sentence from time to time in your presentation, the people will know that it is no more a cramming. It's no more the business of memorizing. So that means this is the thing that you are sharing it, saying it right now on the spot. So means how bad your English is, you must not be worried of your grammatical mistakes. They will just improve. They will be improved. The way you practice, the way you come off and on, the way you will speak. You must not expect that these things, structure, composition, I just want to improve them first and then I will be coming here. It's really a poor idea. So means connectives are this. So you must be, first of all, I just say you that write the series of the connectives. There are many such connectives that you can give to yourself. Let me share another example to you guys. Yeah. Let me tell you. Okay, like
Are you understanding?
you see,
Like that.
sometimes look,
Like that.
sometimes when you are saying as well as,
As far as.
sometimes you are saying as far as.
At the meanwhile.
Yeah. Meanwhile. Meantime. Meanwhile.
Similarly.
Similarly, yeah. Likewise. You see, yeah. These are the words which may not be included, in the information list. from the various other sources that you have fetched, they may not be included. But you have to introduce these words from your own side to make you a very much natural, that you have owned all the information that you have possessed. Anna? That you have owned all. Now it doesn't mean that you have owned all the information that you have sought from different of the sources, and you are not going to tell their sources. You are here to tell their sources as well. Means you must have to narrate every of the sources. You must have to mention the sources. You might have seen the speaker like Fatma Guddo, when she gives the information, first of all she quotes. Anna? And when you are quoting, you are telling the source, because you are not supposed to be a plagiarist. You have not to commit the crime. Which crime? The crime of plagiarism. Yeah. Plagiarism means in the literature it's a crime. Suppose when you are getting the information from every other website and you are just owning it, you are just saying it is your own, and you do not mention the source. And sometimes you do it mistakenly. Suppose if you do it mistakenly or you do it deliberately, it's a crime. And once you just get yourself habitual, you get yourself quite doing on that particular thing, then you will be doing till your university life, till your college life. You will be doing. And people do the thesis, and people do their try to nowadays. And suppose if you try to do such kind of things, you will be caught. And it's really a shame, particularly in the country like America. Suppose if you are found out to have that crime committed, then it is the possibility that it is the cancellation of your admission, or you will be declared failed in that subject. So people, we must have to just think positively. And suppose you have got the information, you have just you had been in an interview, even with your father. So be honest here and give him a regard, pay him the thanks. Suppose you have been in an interview with your friend, so say that I'm very thankful to my friend that he has given me this. When I asked my friend about this, he told me like that. So it is not the plagiarism when you have mentioned it. Fine. So it's all about, so the list of the connectives, does not end here.
I am very thankful. This is also.
Yeah, means the list does not end here. The list may be larger. Means anybody can have its own connective.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you are going to say only these words and you are going to depend upon these things only. No. Means everybody has got the different mood. We are having the different things, nature. So you are going to say it as you wish to say it. So, fine. So this is, connectors means such of the words. They should be introduced in the public speaking to make you a natural speaker. And they also maintain your tone. Tone is also maintained when you are having the right eye contact. As far as the tone is concerned, I think in the chapter of delivery we will explain it. I'm not going to tell you anything about the tone and about the pitch, about the rate, about volume of the speaker, about the voice. All these things are to come, and they are very, very interesting. Okay, any question? Share it, please. Any comment, any question, any confusion? You just share your own confusion. Just say it, people. Just say it. Come on. Nothing?
If all the guys, all the audience are giving us attention and only one or two are not giving us attention, that's what we do at that time.
I would like to tell you that it is impossible. It is impossible to convey, to impart, your information to 100% audience. It is impossible. There will be 2, 3, 4, even more. They would not be giving you nice heed. They would not be giving you nice attention. You just try to, interact. No, when you are a presenter, you are not supposed to ask questions.
Sir, we have to ask question, but not to
answer. Yeah, not to answer. But again, these souls would be lost in the business where they are.
Leave the question in the mind of the
this is the thing that you are to do in the end, I suppose. But he is saying that suppose 2, 3 people and you are just watching them, that they are sleeping in the classroom. How to?
We have to aware them.
Yeah, how to awake them. So this means change the rate of your frequency of your volume, and sometime giving yourself a pause. also attracts the audience. And sometimes giving yourself a fluency may also attract those of the audience. And sometimes, several of the things have been put into practice and you are still not doing anything else. Suppose if you would be that much hasty and if you would be that much quick, then it is the possibility that the sleepers, they will wake up and they will start to listen to you.
I want to give a comment.
Yeah.
That whenever we are going to be slow in our fluency, then that connectives can help us to be speed up our fluency. You see, whenever we forget something or we just feel something uncomfortable and we are just slowing our speed of fluency, then by using that we can speed up our present fluency.
This is absolutely, anybody comment, come on. Yeah.
Sir, if on our class there will be any class presentation, if any brilliant student will start some slowly or start some lazily, then all the guys will be attracted. So it is so or not?
But all the time the audiences are not known to you. Suppose you are a novice person, you are a novice speaker somewhere, and you are unknown to the situation, and they are, suppose if you are going to do this, then the people are going to reject you as a speaker. They would not give you good heed. So you are supposed to be very much interesting from the beginning. You must have to create a kind of impression. That is called the first impression. You must have to create that impression, don't forget. And you are not supposed to be lazy in the starting. It's not a good idea, I suppose. But in the known condition you can do, where you are already having a credibility, you are already having a trust in the minds, in the minds and in the hearts of your students. You can do this. But as far as in the unknown, you must not think that you are going to talk in only the known conditions. But prepare yourself for the unknown audience, for the unknown situation as well. G.
Sir, if someone is laughing during our presentation without any kind of entertainment, then what we have to do?
Laughing that produces the noise. It's bad, I suppose. But as far as the smile, I think smile can be avoided. I think smiles can be enjoyed rather than avoided. But laughing is really but when you are on the dice, when you are speaking, you are don't forget that you are genuine. Even you can retaliate. You must not retaliate. Sometimes people do this. They start to answer that person, or they start to backfire that person who is creating some kind of mischief. You see, who is creating some kind of mischief during your presentation, and you know that this person is doing it deliberately. Ignore it and don't be personal. You see, when you are personal, that means you are not a speaker. You are speaking here for the audience, and you must not be because of that single soul, you are not going to ruin your presentation. So means avoid. It's a better thing that avoid it.
Sir, in presentation, how much we use quotation? 1 or 2?
Yeah, there should not be shower of quotations in your presentation. Sometimes the students do. It looks very bad. So in the starting, suppose if you are giving the quotation, and even in the middle, in the body, suppose you are having a very rightly said word. Suppose if it just spring to your mind, I think there is no harm. It's not a bad. Suppose if you are going to have another quotation even in the middle, and when you are going to end up your presentation with a quotation, I think it's a very 1-2 quotations.
In the end of presentation, we just gave a quotation. Should we explain that quotation?
Quotations are not to be explained. So that's why we must have to make a selection. Means first of all you need to yourself understand the question, because quotations are the words spoken by the scholars, and sometimes they are very witty.